What's going on, you guys? My name is Jaden Fine with Big Time Baseball. Thanks for watching this video, first and foremost. Longer form, I'm usually running out of breath, but I need to hit more cardio. It's totally fine. Today, we're going to talk about the best approach for youth hitters to use to have success in the game. And personally, I use this approach not only as a youth player all the way through high school, into college baseball, and even into professional baseball. For me, the more complex that you make your approach, the more you're thinking in the box, the harder life is going to be for you, right? The brain can only focus on so much, right? Especially when you have a guy, when you get to professional baseball, when you have a guy throwing, mid-90s at you with 3 or 4 different pitches. If you're thinking too much, it's going to be very difficult for you. Like I said, there's many different approaches in the game of baseball. Especially for youth guys, high school, and even into college, the most consistent approach for me was hunting the fastball outer third of the plate. Because, first of all, when you're hunting the fastball and you're looking and expecting a fastball, you're on time for the pitcher's fastest pitch, which is huge. Let's say, and there's certain instances where I sat either a curveball or a changeup, but very rarely did I, early in the game or in general, did I sit curveball. If you're sitting on a fastball, you're on time for the pitcher's fastest pitch. If you're on time for a curveball, you're going to be susceptible to higher velocities, right? That ball is going to be by you. If you're on time for a curveball and he throws you a fastball, even if you're the most athletic kid on the field, it's going to be tough for you to be on time with that fastball. So that's the first part of that. The location piece being looking outer third of the plate. If you're looking on the outside portion of the plate and your approach is to hit the ball over the opposing fielder's head, for me being right-handed, I'm trying to think over the second baseman's head. That's going to allow for my barrel to be available in the hitting zone as long as possible, right? Early in my college career, I was just trying to sell out for fastballs in, and I was trying to yank balls pull side. I was trying to hit the ball in the left center field gap. But what ended up happening as the season went on, pitchers and programs who started doing their scouting reports, they knew, Jaden, okay, when Fine comes up to hit, he's going to think left center, and he's hunting for a fastball in. So it made me susceptible to pitches on the outer third of the plate. I couldn't handle it. Versus later in my career, I simplified my approach, and I thought, okay, I'm just going to try to get the barrel to the ball, to the top part of the ball, to the opposite side of the field, and then I reacted in. For me, it was much easier to sit, to try to hit a baseball to the opposite part of the field, and adjust to the ball in. And you can train this approach during batting practice, regardless if it's flips, overhand, off a machine, even a tee. You can train that approach in batting practice before a game or whenever. What you can do is set your sights on a location or a window over the plate and react depending on where the pitch is. So, for example, if I'm in the box, I'm obviously right-handed. For me, the best approach, like I said, for me that worked was looking for a ball kind of low and away. I like to split the plate up into thirds. So, inner third of the plate is represented by the number 1. Ball middle represented by the number 2, and then the outer third of the plate, right, is the number 3. So I like to think a ball knee high on that 3 line on the outer third of the plate, kind of where this tee is set up. If you're looking there, you can kind of imagine a 4 or 5 inch kind of circle right in that location. And as you're taking batting practice, you're recognizing that location and almost swinging to that spot, right? If you're swinging to that spot, and let's say the BP flipper throws a ball. Now, if you're swinging to that spot, and let's say the BP flipper throws you a ball that's a little bit slower, because you're moving to that outer part of the plate, your barrel is going to be in the zone for much longer, and you're going to be able to adjust out front to still get the barrel there. Versus the opposite, if your BP pitcher throws you a ball faster than you're expecting, because you're sitting on the outer third of the plate and you're on time for a fastball, you may be a little late, but you're still going to have an opportunity to get the barrel to the ball and shoot that ball on a low line drive to the opposite field. So like I said, overhand and off a tee is a great way to train this in the cage. And then once you do that a couple times, then go to more of a game-like environment where you're working counts. You know, like just like a game, you're starting 0-0, your BP thrower's trying to get you out, and before 2 strikes, you're looking for that window, outer third of the plate, kind of that knee-high three ball, kind of that low and away. So hopefully that makes sense. Like I said, this is just one player's approach. I do know that this was the approach that a lot of my teammates and friends used throughout every level of baseball that I played at. Like I said, it's going to vary depending on pitchers you face, different situations, whatever the pitcher's trying to do. It's going to vary. So this is just a very generalized approach. But for me, it obviously worked the best. So thank you for watching this. I appreciate it. If you have any questions about what I talked about, please drop them down below. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram at JadenFineBTB, where I post shorter form kind of tips daily. As well as that, follow me on this YouTube channel. If you're looking for solid instruction this off season before the spring to kind of tune you up so you hit the ground running and balling next spring, shoot me a DM and we can talk about my Big Time Baseball online training program, or have a bunch of dudes in it now who are absolutely raking. I'll talk you through the hitters trifecta that I talk about with my players. Like I said, I appreciate you watching this video. Like this video, comment, and share it. Let's see more doubles.